In the last class, we have seen how to find out the vibrational modes of water molecule which belongs to C2V point group using group theory, and to check whether the vibrational modes are IR and Raman active or not. Today, let's see how to find out the vibrational modes of ammonia molecule which belongs to a C3V point group and determine whether they are IR and Raman active. These are the general steps for finding out the IR and Raman active modes of molecules. So the first is to decide on a basis to describe our molecule. Here we use the displacement coordinate as we have done for the C2V point group. Now second is to assign the point group. Here the ammonia molecule belongs to C3V point group. The next is to generate a reducible representation of our basis. And from that reducible representation, you generate an irreducible representation using the reduction formula. And finally, examine the irreducible representations in terms of its molecular properties. So, how to generate a reducible representation? The first step is to figure out the number of unshifted atoms for each symmetry operation. This is the C3V character table. The symmetry elements are identity, C3 and sigma V. So during an identity operation, all the 4 atoms, 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen atoms, will remain unshifted, and hence the number of unshifted atoms is 4. Next is the C3 operation. C3 means rotation through 120 degree. Now while doing C3, all the 3 hydrogen atoms will shift their position while nitrogen alone remains unshifted. Hence the number of unshifted atoms is 1. And the last is the sigma V. There are 3 sigma V's. So while doing sigma V along a particular plane, say YZ plane, the 2 hydrogen atoms will shift their position while 1 nitrogen and 1 hydrogen will remain unshifted, and hence the number of unshifted atoms is 2. So we have found out the number of unshifted atoms during each symmetry operation. Now to find out the total character or the reducible representation, we have to multiply the number of unshifted atoms and the contribution to each character. The contribution to each character is found out by the formula plus or minus 1 plus 2 cos theta. Plus 1 is for proper rotation, minus 1 is for improper rotation, and theta is the angle of rotation. So substituting in this, we will get for identity it is 3, for C3 0 and sigma V 1. So multiplying the number of unshifted atoms and the contribution to each character, we will get reducible representation, the total representation as 12, 0, 2. Now the next step is reducing the representation into an irreducible one using the reduction formula. The reduction formula is given as Ni is equal to 1 by H in the sum of the character of the reducible representation into sum of the character of the irreducible representation into NC, where NC is the number of operations in each class. So by looking at the character table, we can find out Na1 is equal to 1 by 6 into 12 into 1 into 1 plus 0 into 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1 into 3 is equal to 3. So use the reduction formula to work out how many times each of the irreducible representations appears in gamma 3n of ammonia. Similarly, we get Na2 equals 1 and Ne equals 4. So therefore, the total representation gamma 3n is equal to 3A1 plus A2 plus 4E. Now next is the final step, that is examining the irreducible representations. Now looking at the character table, the displacement coordinates tell us how each atom moves relative to others in molecule. X, Y and Z represents the translational motion. So here X, Y and Z belongs to E and A1. Similarly Rx, Ry and Rz, which represents the rotations of the molecule. In the character table that corresponds to E and A2. So totally 6 of the irreducible representations, A1, A2 and doubly degenerate states E, 2E. So total 6 of the reducible representations corresponds to the translations and rotations of the molecule. So from this we can find out the number of vibrational modes, which is given as gamma vibrational is equal to gamma 3n minus gamma translational plus gamma rotational, which is equal to 3a1 plus a2 plus 4e minus a1 plus e plus a2 plus e, and you will get 2a1 plus 2e. We know that ammonia is a non-linear molecule and hence it will have 3n minus 6 fundamental modes of vibration, where n is the number of atoms. So there are 4 atoms, 3 into 4, 12 minus 6 is equal to 6 fundamental modes of vibration. So here 2a1 represents 2 energy states. Each E representation corresponds to a doubly degenerate state. Therefore 2e represents 4 energy states. So total 6 vibrational states. Now next is to find out among these 6 vibrational modes which are bond stretching vibrations and which are bending vibrations. So to find out the stretching vibrations, we have to determine the number of unshifted bonds during each symmetry operation. There are 3 bonds. Now during an identity operation, the 3 bonds will remain unshifted and hence the number of unshifted bonds is 3. Now while doing a C3 operation, all the 3 bonds will get shifted and hence the number is 0. And finally during a sigma V, only 1 bond will remain unshifted. Now apply the reduction formula and you will get the characters like this: Na1 is equal to 1, Na2 is equal to 0, Nv1 is equal to 1. Therefore, the number of stretching modes is equal to A1 plus E. Now to find out the bending modes, subtract the stretching modes from the total vibrational modes. So gamma vibrational minus gamma stretching is equal to 2A1 plus 2E minus A1 plus E is equal to A1 plus E. So the stretching modes A1 and E, the bending modes are also A1 and E. These are the vibrational modes of ammonia molecule. Nu1 and Nu2 represents the symmetric, stretching and bending vibrational modes respectively, belonging to A1 representation, totally symmetric representation. Nu3A and Nu3B represents the doubly degenerate stretching modes. Nu4A and Nu4B represents the doubly degenerate bending modes. Now we have to find out whether these vibrational modes are IR and Raman active. So recall the selection rule for IR activity. The vibrations must cause a change in the dipole moment of the molecule. And using group theory, looking at the character table, we can predict whether a particular representation is IR active or not. If an irreducible representation has the same symmetry as the Cartesian coordinates x, y or z, then that modes will be IR active. Similarly, for Raman activity, the selection rule is vibrations must cause a change in the polarizability. Or by looking at the character table, we can say that a particular vibrational mode is Raman active if it corresponds to an irreducible representation that has the same symmetry as the binary functions like xy, yz, x square, y square, etc. or a linear combination of any of these. Now we have stretching and bending modes as A1 and E. Now looking at A1, it has the component Z. E also has the components X and Y. So both A1 and E are IR active. Similarly, for the bending and stretching modes, again A1 and E, that has the components x square, y square, z square. E also has the components binary functions xy, yz, xy. That means the stretching and bending modes, that is A1 and E, are Raman active. So in short, ammonium molecule has got 6 fundamental vibrational modes, A1 and E, 2A1 and 2E, stretching and bending vibrations, all of which are both IR and Raman active.